Hello, welcome in, Original Soul, to your full moon in Aquarius reading. Thank you for clicking on this reading, bringing your energy to it, and we'll see what wants to come out. Full moon in Aquarius may give us themes around authenticity, maybe wanting to feel more free. Also humanitarian sign, may have to do with technology and kind of thinking outside of the box. All right, so let's see what wants to come out here. We'll get a few oracle cards. I can already tell I'm having a hard time speaking all of a sudden, so maybe something with communication is going to pop up. We will see what we get here. All right, let's do one more shuffle out of this deck. Okay, just kidding, one more. Cutting the deck with fulfillment and grace at the bottom. I just saw 111 on the timer, so you might be going after something new or looking to restart, fresh start. I knew this was going to happen. I should have said it because as I was shuffling, I kept seeing the love card. I've only used this deck one other time, and this was the card that came out then as well. All right, so this could be about self-love. Number 33, so that can be about a master teacher. So maybe you are mastering more of your self-love skills and really learning to appreciate yourself. This could, of course, have to do with other people as well. As I was pre-shuffling the tarot deck, I did see the Knight of Cups. So you might be feeling even more love from spirit team, angels, sort of the unseen realm. Maybe tapping in more to your guides and things like that. Or, of course, it could be some sort of offer, somebody showing up. So we'll see what wants to come out here. We'll get a couple more oracle cards. This is the Cosmic Oracle, Cosmic Magic Oracle. All right, so we'll get a couple out of here. And then we will add tarot to it and close out with a crystal card. I'm not really surprised to see the love card out. I don't know. I feel like every time we get around Leo season, there's definitely even more sort of love messages than maybe normal. But Leo, can have a really big heart, so that makes some sense. All right, we've got water with this beautiful whale, feel. And then last quarter, release. All right, let's get one more here. All right, we just came out of Cancer season, so definitely that is about emotions, deep feelings, being a water sign. So there may be some feelings that you are dealing with, handling, again, as you might be moving through self-love. And then 333 on the timer with this release card as well. There could be something that you're letting go of. Maybe this was a person where something didn't work out. Maybe this is a belief about yourself and you're finding some transformation. And then we also have passion here with Vesta. All right, we've got number 33, 16, 42, and 31 coming out. So I don't know if any of those numbers are significant to you. Yeah, for some of you, this could be letting go of a situation that might have been more passion than actual substance or emotion. Others of you are seeking a little more passion in your life, and that could be kind of reigniting what you want, kind of following paths that call to you. Again, releasing things that didn't work out. All right, so let's get a card or so out here with love. This one went flying right over to it. King of Swords. All right, we've got Aquarius energy here, and this reading is about the full moon in Aquarius. Swords can be about communication. All right, so I don't know if that sign resonates for you at all. But this is also being decisive. It seems like you have made some sort of decision. Notice how his sword is pointing down. It's like his mind is made up. So feeling more determined. Like I said, if you're letting something go, you have made that decision and that's what you're going to do. All right, what else? A bunch of them fell out here. Let's see here. We've got Queen of Wands, the Tarot. Like I said, I cannot speak. The Tower, Knight of Cups, which I already mentioned in the pre-shuffle, and Four of Swords. So, all right, Queen of Wands. All right, that can be about magnetizing, following more of your creativity. That is with, you know, Queen of Wands definitely has passion, confidence, all of those sorts of things. So that could be something like you've decided to work on yourself and now you're feeling definitely more empowered. Right, manifesting things towards you with the Tower. Right, if you're releasing a situation, this could be a surprise to somebody. Again, because you've made up your mind, you're standing in your power, and now maybe you're the one delivering this Tower. Right, for others of you, right, this could have to do with air or fire sign. Right, Queen of Wands is Aries. Where, you know, something shocking or surprising comes in. That might even be some sort of offer. Right? Maybe that is an offer of love. Right? Somebody's expressing feelings as we have this feel card out here. And Four of Swords, you know, that might be something either if this is a person coming towards you, they've really thought about this long and hard, like they've meditated on it. Maybe they even took like a pause and, you know, this could be somebody either coming back around or somebody that's just really wanted to reach out and connect with you for a while, but they haven't really made that move. Right? Again, for others of you, this is you working on your self-confidence, you know, just feeling better in your skin, moving forward, you know, letting your heart shine forward, allowing yourself to have those feelings, you know, letting yourself sit with how you feel and really tapping more into your authenticity. All right, let's get a couple here with feel, water. Water signs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, with Five of Cups. Right, that can be, I mean, look at him. He kind of looks like he is lost in thought, maybe thinking about something that had happened from the past, more than likely. Right, something that doesn't necessarily feel good. All right, there's these, what are these called? These timers. Hourglass. Did you see the light bulb literally go off in my head? So for some people, like there's something where either time is up, right, and you're moving on, like we already mentioned, or, you know, this could be something where you feel like, you know, you're running out of time, but, you know, things are never too late, especially if this is like a dream that you want to follow or something that you want to do, right? Just because you've maybe taken a little bit of time or haven't really taken action, been maybe even a little bit stuck, you could have been experiencing some depression, disappointment, again, even some heartache here. And so maybe that had you not really going after the things that really would light you up, that would make you feel good. Let's get one more with it here. See, what are these feelings, this Five of Cups about? And maybe that has to do with even kind of whatever this offer is. Like if there is something surprising that comes towards you, maybe that you weren't expecting, you know, maybe that's something that you got to stop and think about for a minute and see, is this really what I want? Is this following, you know, my authentic self? Does this align with where I've decided I want to go and what I want to do? Two of Swords, Six of Pentacles, because in the past your decisions possibly did not always turn out in a way where you found yourself receiving as much as you were giving. You could have put in a lot of work into other people, or this could even be with projects, right? Take it how it fits, but since the Love card came out, right, we're talking about kind of your heart space here. But of course, you can pour your heart into projects as well. But things didn't really grow and bloom the way that you were hoping. Like you put in all this effort, right? Like how he's standing in front of this whole garden here. And, you know, with this disappointment out, right, something didn't really turn out the way that you had hoped. And maybe you feel like you really made the wrong choice. You planted the wrong seeds, right? Where you put all that effort and time wasn't really maybe where you should have. But hindsight's always 20/20, right? 11/11 on the timer. So now you are getting aligned and you are moving down the right path, and you do have that support and guidance coming in for you. So let's see what this release is about. All right, maybe releasing, dwelling on whatever this past situation is that didn't work out, right? No need to sit there and dwell. It's good to learn from your experience and your lessons, but you don't need to beat yourself up over something, you know, for the rest of your life. Saw the Seven of Pentacles, kind of wanted to come out here, which is about, you know, are you investing in the right things? So again, definitely taking the wisdom from what you've been through before, but releasing Seven of Swords, right? This can be about dishonesty. Maybe you've been not true to yourself, right? Sometimes we even try to lie to ourselves. That doesn't really work really that well because our bodies know what's true, and deep down, so do you. You know, there could have been dishonesty or manipulation in another situation as well. You know, maybe in a relationship, you just found like what was being presented wasn't really the facts. And it's time to let that go, right? You don't need to hold on to all that crud in your headspace or your heart space. And that's definitely tied to, you know, some of these feelings of disappointment, these feelings of regret, these feelings of why didn't I see this? Why did I make that choice? How could I not realize, you know, I shouldn't have been investing in that? But unfortunately, I know we've all been in situations where, you know, we go through shit like that, and afterwards, like, you can see it so clearly, right? But again, just learning from that. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Definitely a lot of thinking, overthinking, replaying, playing it again, looping it, right? This is just like maybe even on repeat in your head. So it's definitely really time to let this go with this powerful energy of the new moon, or the full moon, excuse me. Although I did say new moon, so maybe sometime between now and towards the end of Leo season when we do have the new moon in Leo, you know, maybe you really do start to be able to release something and let it go, just how these hands are sort of releasing these moths or these butterflies here, right? So you can get out of this Seven and Eight of Swords energy, get out of, right, just replaying what didn't work or replaying what went down, really letting yourself let that go. All right, let's get a couple here with Passion, Vesta. And I like how the flame, the heart, or the flame, the fire is right in the heart space here. So again, this is reigniting your passion. And that doesn't have to be for another person. This can be definitely for yourself. If you're able to release all that mental anguish, you really can start to feel better in your body. And we've got the star, more Aquarius energy here. So healing. Also going after your wish fulfillment. I love that. Beautiful card. Letting go of what's toxic, what doesn't serve you, right? Being more of that boss energy, kind of like what we talked about at the beginning with the King and Queen of King of Swords, Queen of Wands. So healing, shining brighter, feeling better. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Focusing on your health, focusing on your energetic stability, feeling grounded in your space. Maybe you literally do some sort of clearing, cleaning, or work around your home. You might even hang out more with family if that is something that is a good situation and makes you feel better. I keep seeing the Eight of Wands as well, so some sort of news may pop up. Right, so for some of you, this has already happened and you already know what you're letting go of. For others of you, you might find something out or have something show up. And that's sort of what this Tower is, and kind of has you going down this feeling and healing path, right? Letting go of overthinking, right? Seven of Cups. There is some sort of choice or opportunities that present themselves to you that you'll need to make. Right? And you have all this information from what you've been through before. So definitely working to make a choice that has you feeling more stable, right? Maybe even improving your finances a little bit, right? Doesn't she kind of look like a total badass here? So really feeling, like I said earlier, good in your own skin, being more authentic. Yeah, shining brighter. I've seen Ace of Swords, the Sun. There's Leo again. Justice, things getting more fair. So yeah. All right, so definitely an opportunity to focus on how much you can love yourself, how you can start to do things that make yourself feel good, right? What fuels your own fire. Maybe taking everyone else out of the equation. Right? There's nothing wrong with spending time on yourself, doing things that make you feel good. Right? And if you have family or other people you have to take care of, that can be really hard to bring that focus to yourself, right? But that's really important too, especially if you are the caretaker, right? You have to be at your best so you can bring your best to everybody else. All right, let's get a crystal card to close it out here. What are the things that light you up? Maybe you already know the things that you love to do. Maybe you need to sit and reflect on that a little bit and figure it out. Like, especially if you have dedicated a lot of your time to others, which again is a wonderful thing to do, but you definitely deserve a turn. All right, if I can hold this deck here, let's get a crystal card out. Helpful message for full moon in Aquarius. For the collective. Right, what would be most beneficial for you at this time with the energy that's surrounding you, with the situation you're going through? Ooh, Sugarlight. I love this stone. I'm also realizing I left one card out, so we'll say Peridot as well. Magnetize your motivation. I know I talked about being more magnetic, right? Manifesting a little bit more. So that's definitely this Queen of Wands energy and the Star and the Sun energy that came out as well. All right, so Peridot is one. And then we've got Sugarlight. All right, let's see if I can read this here with the lighting. Stretch the limits of your imagination. I love that. And at the beginning, what did I say? Aquarius energy can be about thinking outside the box. So instead of being stuck and looped in the same old story, the same old, right? It's time to, what are those options? What do you want to go after? Look at all these cool, right, cups and tea kettles floating around here like magic, right? Get more into what is your wish. And then put your passion behind it. That's how that magnetizing starts. That's how you can get your creative juices flowing. All right, I love that. So Sugarlight and Peridot. Right, magnetize your motivation and stretch the limits of your imagination. Thinking outside the box. All right, so that is what we've got for you here for this full moon in Aquarius reading right here during Leo season. I hope there was something here for you. Thank you again for showing up. Feel free to leave me a like if this video resonated for you, or a comment, even if it's just with a little emoji. Maybe leave me a heart. We'll share that love, right, and spread that around. But yeah, I hope to see you again. Until next time, peace.